Welcome to the Amdram Camp. I'm your host, Elena Bracken. With me here today is Peter Rigby.
Hello.
Hello. Director, crossfitter.
All sorts.
That kind of fits.
I'm going to say one thing though.
What?
It's Rigney.
Is it Rigney?
Yeah.
I've called you Rigby your entire life.
I know, right?
Since, you were born before me. Fuck me. With me here today is Peter Rigney. Rigney. I'm not even going to take that out. I'm going to leave it so that people can see what a fucking shambles I am. Anyway, Peter Rigney is directing One Man Two Guvnors. Why does that sound so rude?
It hadn't until you'd said it then.
No, it doesn't. It'll never sound the same again.
No, it won't.
Is this your directorial debut?
Yeah, the scary people here have let me have the reins.
What were they thinking?
I know, right?
Did they know you but at all?
They might regret it in 8 weeks' time.
Yeah, probably.
Sorry, Claire and Steve.
You'll love it. You'll love it. Be fine. You're going to be good. You're going to be good. So, are you absolutely crapping it?
It'll probably be that thing of literally 10 minutes before the first rehearsal starts. I'll be like, and then as soon as I start telling them what to do, I'll be fine, just like going on stage.
When do rehearsals start?
This Tuesday. So we've had the read-through last week.
Right.
Really, really well. It was great to hear everyone reading it, not just imagining it in your head. And then, yes, this Tuesday, the 12th, we start. We've got 7 weeks, and then we open on the 27th of April.
Oh, my God. That sounds like so far away, but it's actually not.
No, something tells me it's going to scarily come around very
fast.
I think 100%. It's going to come
100%.
around faster as a director than it does as a cast member.
When do tickets go on sale?
This Monday, the 11th, at playhouse2.org, or from a Shaw thing in Shaw.
Okay.
Or if you're here for anything else, at the box office.
Just get it online. Who are these people going in stores anymore? Come on, guys. Maybe buy them on the door, but you don't want to risk missing out on why do people want to come and see this? Come on, just sell it.
People totally want to come and see this. It's coming out of winter, coming into spring. It's a brilliant comedy farce. So, proper old school traditional British comedy, even though it's only actually a 13-year-old play.
Oh.
We're in 1960s Brighton, old school London gangsters, criminals, and the absolute farce of one complete muppet of a man trying to serve two different masters without either of them finding out about it. One of them isn't who you think they are. There's just so many things going on left, right, and centre. The amount of misunderstanding.
Why is he trying to serve two masters?
Because then he can get more money and he can finally eat.
Now, do these two masters dislike each other?
We think they dislike each other. But see, there's so much going on.
Ooh.
There's so much going on in this.
Wait, no, is it...
No spoilers, no spoilers.
Okay.
So no, there's so much going on in this that you almost couldn't believe it, and that's why this could only work either on stage or in TV.
Right.
Because it's so stupid in many ways that you think people couldn't be so stupid as to not see what's really going on here.
Okay.
But they really are.
So do the audience, do they kind of, on this journey throughout the play, do they kind of know or...
So some of the things they discover along with the cast.
Right.
But there are other things where once you've got a couple of pages in, you can sort of see, right, he's clearly lying to that person about that, and how can they not see that? And that's what's funny, because they're along with the ride, completely with him, thinking, how the hell am I going to get away with this? And somehow he does.
Okay, so at the end, the audience are either going to feel really, really stupid or think the main character's just really, really stupid.
I think they'll think they're all probably a little bit stupid.
It's a little bit stupid, it's for everybody. Okay, can I just, because this is impressive, look at the work that, has gone in to that. Can I scan this real quick?
Something tells me that it probably won't look that neat and organised if I ever get allowed to direct again. This is just me probably going over the top.
Riggers, where's the N there?
None at all. It's just
There's no B either.
It's just a nickname. That's where rigorous comes from.
Rigorous. Let's have a look. Have you got any notes in there, or is this going to be...
I've started to throughout Act 1, 2,
look!
Can
I show them your little map? I don't want to ruin it. Look at the little effort. This is so cool. I feel like I'm going to fall to my death.
You're good. We're good.
Thanks. There you go. I'll give you that back now. So what is your process beyond mind mapping in there?
So I think most of it for me is just because with this being such a physical comedy and a farce, there's got to be... You've got to lay it out well enough that the audience can understand it. And make sure that it's slick and that it's quick. Whereas in some pieces you get just that nice steady pace where characters can just sit on stage and talk to each other, and you can just as a director get into the nuance of how they're delivering the lines. In this there is so much physical coming and going and left and right, trying to plot that maze of action. Hence,
Right.
having to mind map
So
the
there's
damn
kind of
thing.
choreography
Oh, yes.
going in there.
Let's just say the end of Act 1 is carnage.
Fight.
Yeah. Maybe not with fists. Maybe an edible one.
I need more. I'm gonna have to come and watch it now.
You're all end of Act 1, Scene 1. End of Act 1, he's almost basically going full on carry-on film slapstick farce.
Right, okay. Do you know what I've got in my head?
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember. Is it Flight of the Bumblebee? You know, like where they put that over and like everyone's kind of. I've got that in my head for some reason. And my like
really
50,
old school.
Yeah. Just kind of running around. Is it like that?
Yep.
Is it really?
It gets to a point where there is a moment where just the carnage at the end of that one is so fast, and that's why I said it to the guys at the read-through last week. In this, it can't slow down at all. There's the odd moment where there's just maybe one character on stage just having a bit of a revelation.
So
moment.
it's pace.
Got to be so quick.
Right, okay.
There's
you
no let-up.
need to know your lines.
Oh, yeah.
It's one of those.
I know your cues. Because this is one of those where it's like, it's not necessarily how... I would say it's not about how quick you deliver the line, it's just how quickly you pick up that line. It's got to be...
Got it.
As soon as one line's in. So if you miss your cue and it just has that moment of...
You're
it's me,
fucked.
isn't it?
You ruined the show.
Oh my God, the pace is just gone.
Are you going to be like... Because we don't know. You've never done this before.
No.
So what kind of a director are you going to be? This is
I don't know. Even I'm nervous to
question.
see
Like,
this bit. Even I'm nervous.
Are you going to like be chaotic? Are you going to, like pull a hat overneath your face and then hide underneath the stage and be like, just call me when you know what you're doing?
I mean, I'd like to think I'd be nurturing.
Okay.
Something tells me there will probably be sarcastic comments and looks.
Papa Rigney.
But I think, my nickname at university was literally Papa Pete.
Papa Pete.
Papa Pete was my nickname at university.
That's it now, Papa Pete.
But the cast I've got, I know full well that it's the sort of people I could have that laugh with. I'd be like, should we try that again?
Who is the cast? Who have you got?
So we are one man to the two governors is Kevin Whalen.
Love Kevin.
Who you guys have seen over the last couple of years. Brilliant Pastor 2 the other year for me.
Yep.
And then our two governors are Emma Sykes and Mike Hayes.
Okay.
We've also got, it's really bad if you miss anybody else. We've got Rebecca Wood, James McKean, Michael Mills, Keith McAvoy, Damien Kavanagh, May Battersbit, big cast for a play this. Joe Doherty, and literally on the afternoon of the read-through we cast Cameron as... I won't tell you what his part is.
Oh, okay.
Because he's one of those where it's not... Telling you what his part is would ruin the surprise of the character. And that's a reason to come and watch just to answer that.
Yeah. I like it. Okay, so the script is a script. You've got your stage directions,
Yes.
and the writer kind of says how it's supposed to be and how
Yes.
the layout is. But are you staying with the book, or are you kind of going off on a little rampage?
No, totally sticking with it. I always think at the end of the day, if you feel like you've got to mess with it, you shouldn't be directing that particular play. Others may disagree, I don't know, but I've always thought if you can't understand it as the writer wrote it, then it's not the play for you to direct.
So did you pick this for yourself, or did somebody else pick it for you?
No, this one was given to me as a background in musical theatre as well. Just how, because this is a bigger cast, a lot of bigger set pieces, a lot of physical stuff.
Right, okay.
I think there was the thought process of, I'm used to that full big scale production where there is bigger set changes, there is a bigger ensemble. So as a background, it was an environment I was a bit more used to.
Okay, I'm with you.
Because unlike a play, this has got quite a few locations, whereas most plays are like maybe one or two, or you've just got one solid set in one room.
Yeah.
This goes from inside to outside to inside.
How are you doing that?
There's moving parts.
Are the cast doing that?
Yeah.
I love that. Are they
I
going to
hate
come on
scene
kind of
changes.
all corny and comically and that kind of thing?
I haven't decided how necessarily going to do it. I think a lot of it's just going to be slicker movement, so it's almost, you see it happen, but it's not a part of it. But I hate scene changes. I hate when a scene finishes and you've got a 10, 15 second blackout while stuff happens.
Okay, yeah. And the audience are like...
Yeah, in theory, this is a lighting change and we are on. They will have seconds to do it.
You've chosen chaos.
Yeah.
Literally. First play, big chunk. I love it.
Yeah.
I love the...
As Steve
I feel like
sometimes...
there's a French word for it. Don't know
There
what it
probably
is.
is. There's a French word for it, either French or German. But Steve always jokes, I'm the one person who he feels does everything faster than everybody else does and doesn't need caffeine or energy.
Yeah.
And I don't know why I've got this reputation.
ADHD.
But Something. I've had 2 head injuries in my life. It probably explains a lot.
Yeah.
But, so yeah, I think me doing this at the pace I would normally do something is probably about where it needs to be. I usually get told, Pete, slow it down.
Do you think it kind of helps that you primarily are on stage to kind of come behind the scenes and telling actors what to do, and does that help your vision at all?
I think it does in the sense of that, because I've done, literally 3/4 of my life. I realised this the other year. I started when I was 8. I'm now 32.
You old git.
I know, right? So for literally 3/4 of my life, I have done theatre, which is a scary thought. That from this point on, I'm going to be like properly into. I've basically done theatre my entire life.
Most of your life, yeah.
So I like to think that just from an experience point of view, and just seeing so many different ways of stuff being done from a directorial point of view, from a staging point of view, from a stylistic point of view.
And what works for you as an actor as well, like what direction helps and what doesn't help.
Yeah, and there are things that I think would work for me as an actor that won't necessarily work for some of the actors that I've got in my cast.
Sure.
But I think some of it is about finding the right way to work together, rather than just being like, no, this is how I'm going to do it, and this is how it's... There'll be some actors in this where I will just be able to go, do this, and they'll do it.
Yeah.
And there are others who I might have to come down and show them how I want to do it, or just maybe find 5-10 minutes where we just go and have a chat and we just run it privately.
Yeah.
And I think there's totally room in a director to find how to work with that individual cast member.
I think it depends if they're a kinetic learner or not.
Yes, kinetic or visual.
Kinetic or a visual learner. Would you like to watch me do it and then you'll know, or would you like to do it yourself?
And I think, because there's just so many different ways to approach it, and you've just got to find what works with that particular ensemble and those particular individuals. So I'd like to think that 24 years worth of experience will help me out there.
Well, if y'all come along and the show sucks...
Then it was a crap 24 years
Very
of experience.
short debut, indeed. on from that, like, what's your big fear going into this?
Biggest fear is opening night and the audience not laughing.
Yeah. Did you...
This is just pure comedy. If they don't laugh, I'm just going to kill in a ball and die.
There's like, don't do that.
No.
Just continue, strive, carry on. Like Thomas Edison, I can't even speak English tonight. Thomas Edison made like 1,000 copies of a light bulb that didn't work, and he said that he didn't fail 10,000 times. He found 10,000 successful ways to not make a light bulb. Yeah. So it's all good from there.
Yeah, so if this fails, it's all because I've failed. I've just realised that I am not a director and I will stick to being on stage.
But you're not going to fail. You're not going to fail. In fact, I think it was Steven Spielberg put out, I can't remember the name of the film, which is awful, but it was a war film, and it was supposed to be a comedy. And there was a submarine, that's all I can remember, and a guy pops up from the submarine, and during its debut, there was one joke at the beginning, and everybody laughed, and then they never laughed again, the whole film.
I really want to see this film then.
I will find it for you. Yeah. I'll find it. Steven Spielberg. And he tanked it. But you're not going to. Okay. I don't know why I put that in your head. I'm really sorry.
No, thanks. No pressure.
What if you fail?
Being compared to Spielberg now.
Innit? Yeah. So just, yeah.
I beat him in that, actually. I've got a bigger beard.
I was going to say, I don't think Steven is like kind of Billy Goat. No offense, Mr. Spielberg. You are like an idol. For real. I feel really mean now.
Viking Spielberg.
Viking Spielberg.
I'll take it.
So if this goes well, are you going to hang up your acting shoes or?
No, I don't think I ever could. And I get the fun of literally as soon as this is done, I'm then in the next one.
Oh, what are you in?
Beryl. So literally as we finish, we're at the rehearsal, or read-through set for that, but I imagine basically as soon as this closes on the 4th of May, I've probably got about a week before I then start rehearsing.
Okay.
Yeah, I've basically got 16 weeks in this theatre.
Do you think you could ever direct and like appear in a play at the same time? Like the same play?
I don't think it's undoable. I have seen people do it successfully. Yeah. I think it depends on the person, what it is, what the project is. So if
how you handle stress.
Yeah, I think a cameo can work really, really well. Just coming on and literally just doing a bit.
Right. But not if you're going to like lead the play.
No, I think that would only then maybe work if it's like a two-hander or something where almost just literally leaving those two people to themselves to just direct it would kind of work in a way. Because it is just those two people doing something. So I think in something that's like literally a 2 or 3-hander, it could work. Especially if it is a steadier, just really dialogue-heavy piece.
Like 2?
2 could maybe work like that. A little bit on the physical side, maybe. So we need someone to visually do it. But the plays, they did one here a couple of years back, can't remember the name of it now, about a father and son who basically communicated via letters. And I think that could, again, work really well, because it's basically just monologues.
How'd you keep that interesting?
Good writing. And good acting.
And good directing.
And good
lighting. And a good venue. And everything just working perfectly all at once. This is a fantastic venue. We've kind of, I mean, they won't know that, but we filmed John Hoyle here, like, the other way. And Claire in the bar. It's huge. And then the Valentine's Day thing downstairs.
Yeah.
There's so many places. Next, we'll do a cupboard.
There are some big cupboards. We'll do the set building doc.
Yeah.
I really feel like we should just wander around with the camera now.
Well, let's go show you. Actually, I do want to do that. No, because I do want to do a tour of this place. It's huge.
Yeah.
So before I ask you your last question, in a previous episode with they were promoting Play, and it was brought up when you were kind of briefly in Play in a bit of a cameo, and I kind of left it to their imagination, but I'm going to send it to you now to tell these people what you actually did.
Well, they just picked the wrong person to pick on in the audience.
What did you do, Peter?
So, yes, a bit of audience participation, and I was in one night, and I'm assuming Jackie or John or someone had gone, Pete's in, get him down to do it. It'll be fun. I'd never actually met Jo Lord before, who was the poor actress on the stage.
Oh, I love Jo.
We had no idea who each other were at that point. So she really had no idea what to expect. And she brought me down, and her character was very sort of menacing and like overpowering of men.
And sexy.
Yeah. I mean, it's Jo.
It's Jo.
And I was meant to be intimidated by it, and basically she got to the point where she was meant to do something that was meant to scare me, and I was meant to react to it. And me being me, and I thought, this is an over-the-top play. I don't really have many inhibitions. I'm not a shy person. I went over the top with my reaction. And I basically jumped up in the air, threw myself backwards, and almost pulled the curtain down at the end of the stage.
Fantastic.
And Jo was just like, oh my God, where did that come from? Most guys who they've pulled out the audience this week have basically stood there like a lamppost.
Yeah, not you. You destroy the set.
I did genuinely. Thankfully not the set curtain, it was only the fire curtain.
Was that all?
Yeah. I just pulled one rung off the fire curtain, so it still stayed up. So
That could have been so much worse.
Yeah.
So much worse.
And then Jackie may have killed me, but it's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry, Jackie.
I won't want to death by Jackie. What a way to go.
Would you argue with her?
No.
No.
That is a feisty woman.
We love you, Jackie.
We do. We do love you. Okay, final question.
Yes.
Amateur or otherwise, what would be your dream job?
You're asking a man who does many things.
Yeah. Narrow it down. I'll give you 2.
Dream job.
No, you can have 1. You don't get 2. No one gets 2.
I think the scary thing is, like, you could sort of say doing this, doing acting, doing theatre.
Yeah.
And people have always gone, have you ever thought of doing it? Pro, have you ever thought of going for it? I thought, the reason I never have it, it's the same reason I've never actually studied drama at school either. I always think I'm probably in the minority of people who do amateur theatre that never did drama at like GCSE or A level or any form. I was like, take fun out of it. I genuinely never studied GCSE at drama because I thought, I don't want to study it, I just want to do it. I don't want to rip this play to pieces. I'd rather just find it as a performer and go and enjoy it and the hype of it and not take the fun out of it by just overanalyzing the crap out of something.
And you know what, that's a really good answer actually, because I think so few people realise how much it fucking sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, I've seen people do it. When I was, as I was doing my GCSEs, my girlfriend at the time was doing drama at A-level. And I was just watching the way she had to go into something, I'm like, who cares? It was like it's like let's just take English literature but do it with plays. That's literally what a drama GCSE is. It's English
why
literature
is the curtain red?
Yeah. What was Persephone trying to say to this person? I don't care.
That she just wants eggs for lunch. I don't know. No, I agree with you. But it's a very, very hard, demanding career, and I think people are afraid to give it up as well. So then you actually become addicted and stuck in something that you actually probably stopped wanting a long time ago.
Yeah, potentially. And it's just also like, if you suddenly then go for it as a career, all of a sudden then there's a hell of a lot of added stress. Like, you don't get a part, that's you not earning. actually getting no money coming in.
So then you need a full-time job to be able to afford bills that people can't even afford with the full-time job, and then all the expenses that come with that.
Yeah, I audition now and I don't get a part. Sometimes I'm gutted because I might have really wanted that part, but I'm like, okay, I didn't get the part. Not the end of the world. Still got my job, still got money on the table. I just get to do this and just purely for the love of it. The closest I get to stress is a week before and I'm like, oh, why can I not get this speech in my head? It's about it. There's no stress of, oh my God, this is, my whole life hangs on this. And I just, that's scary as hell.
One bad performance and it's over.
Yeah.
Not so much with this.
Just take a year out of it. People forget you are going on stage.
Take a year out, go into hiding for a year because amateur dramatics never forget.
No. Just go to the theatre down the road, grow a beard, grow your hair long, it's fine.
Move out the country.
Yeah. If this goes wrong, I'm just going to shave the beard off. Nobody will know who I am.
Don't you dare. There's a fantastic beard. I'll be very cross.
I wouldn't, because my wife would actually kill me.
Yeah, it literally changes your entire face without a beard. Have you seen those like videos where the kid comes in and their dad's no longer bearded and they cry and scream like, who the fuck is this person?
Thankfully, I've not had to get rid of it for a few years. So there's some people who I know who haven't seen me without. When I show them a picture, they're like, bugger off, that is not you.
Like a little naked baby.
Yeah. Just a weird thing, because before I had the beard, people always said, you look older than you are. Whereas now I've got the beard, when I take it off, it's like, oh my God, you look about 12.
I can imagine. Yeah, I see it. Peter, thank you so much for coming on the show. And you've been a really good sport because he's not well.
It's
a little poorly. So tell people where they're coming to watch One Man, Two Guvnors. It's not a rude play.
No, it's not a rude... Well...
Anyway.
So, yes, One Man Two Guvnors at Playhouse 2 in Shaw, the 27th of April to the 4th of May. Tickets available at playhouse2.org or a Shaw thing, or you can come and buy from the box office.
Get it online. Thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
This is where the stage is, anyway. Bye.